very beginning, we watch some sort of medical procedure. The main character's voiceover tells us that love is a deadly disease known to science as delirium nervosa. Fortunately, scientists have created a vaccine against it, given to people when they reach adulthood. The drug frees people from the pain of loss, betrayal, and non-reciprocity. Guys and girls then undergo a special evaluation to determine their perfect match scientifically. Of course, some disagree with this process. Therefore, the community relies on protecting the law with special rules. Each town is surrounded by a fence, guys and girls are not allowed to communicate, and books and music that can weaken the will and cause feelings are forbidden. The film's protagonist Lena believes in a cure and looks forward to her 18th birthday. It is very close, and at this very moment, she is taken to a preliminary evaluation procedure to determine her match. Lena's sister advises her not to make a mistake, to answer the questions correctly, and not to talk about her parents in any way. After all, selecting a future marriage partner is a fundamental matter. Lena's best friend, Hannah, is already waiting in a massive line of girls. Not far away is an equally long line of guys. The girls are in cute white dresses, and the guys are in formal black suits. We are then transported to a pompous event of the ABD Corporation, which developed the drug in question. Behind the podium, a young man named Julian narrates how they defeated the plague called love. He then solemnly introduces the company's founder, his father, Thomas Feynman. In front of the audience, his father narrates a vital mission they have accomplished but stresses that now they must be especially vigilant and stand to the end. Outside the city's borders, the resistance is gaining momentum and must not be allowed to destroy what they have accomplished. Next, we see a secret meeting between a cop and a mysterious resistance member. After making sure they weren't tailed, the cop hands him some pass. Meanwhile, the guys and girls fill out forms and nervously wait their turn. Then the cop comes up to Lena and calls her by name. Lena thinks he's her possible match and is a little shy, but he's only authorized to escort her to her interview. The final committee informs Lena that she has completed all the tests that will allow them to assess her aptitudes and preferences. She has also taken the necessary tests and is relatively healthy. Within a week, she will be given information about her future partner, and the procedure will take place on her 18th birthday. In addition, she is asked about her father, who died of cancer, and her mother, who committed suicide. Apparently, the medication didn't help her mother much. Lena says she was a little girl and did not remember anything about it. She was raised by her older sister and her husband. The committee members praise the girl for her grades and how she holds herself together despite her past. Lena is struck by a small flashback to her mother and can barely contain herself, but she pulls herself together and replies that she is only interested in her future. All the while, Lena exchanges playful glances with the cop when suddenly a siren sounds, and a flock of sheep bursts into the room from the swinging door. On the backs of the animals, the word love is written in paint. Resistance members run after them with guns and masks and cause a massive riot. The cop's friend gets to the corporate computer in a flash and starts looking for information on someone named Lena Holoway. The police escort all the civilians from the premises, including Lena. She is surprised to notice the suspicious inaction and the rather strange behavior of the cop. After a while, Lena and Hannah take a carefree jog along the waterfront. Hannah teases her friend, reminiscing about the handsome cop she clearly liked, and Lena asks her to shut up. They stop for a break at a picturesque lighthouse on the shore. Looking at the fence along the shore, Hannah wonders what lies beyond. She assumes there are other towns out there that they will never see. Lena calms her friend, saying that no one will get to them, either. And who knows who's out there beyond the fence. Then Hannah remembers that an underground party is happening tonight where there will be music, boys, and no supervision. Lena worries that if they get caught, her sister will kill her. Next, we are transported to an expensive mansion of Thomas Feynman, the head of the corporation. Over lunch with his wife, they discuss the health of their son Julian, who is about to be injected with medicine but has a low blood cell count. His father thinks he should be fine, but his mother is afraid he might die on the operating table. His father says that he fears the potential illness that is love even more. After all, he's a good-looking guy and surrounded by quite a few pretty girls. Meanwhile, Julian is watching someone through binoculars from the window of his room. His father drops in on him at this point, but Julian hides everything in time. Thomas asks his son about his health and asks his father not to worry because the procedure is only 3 months away. His father tries to explain to him that it would be enough time to fall ill with love at that age. He tells him that he, himself, fell in love once. About the time he turned 18. The girl was beautiful, but she left him instantly and left him for his best friend, who had Corvette. He couldn't help himself then and beat his friend up badly. This is what the illness does to a man. Julian asks if the procedure helped him, but his father hesitantly declines to give a straight answer. The huge party is in full swing. Lena and Hannah try to fit in among the crowd of lively young people. Suddenly the girls notice that cop, who immediately heads over to Lena. She says she hasn't violated anything, but he jokingly replies that he's off duty and introduces himself as Alex. He says he often sees Lena jogging by the pier. On the other hand, Lena is surprised that cops are also out partying, but Alex says he is not a typical cop. Suddenly, Lena notices an injection mark behind Alex's ear, implying that he already has a match. She gets upset and says she's going to her friend's house. The next day there is a secret resistance meeting somewhere out of town, and we see Alex among the participants. When the leader asks about his relationship with the girl, Alex replies that everything is going according to plan. In one of the government corridors, Thomas Feynman and the head of the security committee discuss options for further restricting the rights and freedoms of the city's residents. The woman doubts her support for Thomas's methods, but he reminds her how important rules and fencing are for the people. Besides, it's time to start hunting down resistance members who are getting too wild. In class, the girls are told that it is imperative not to get delirium nervosa, whose main symptoms are fixation, sweating, bouts of dizziness, disorientation, intrusive thoughts, and so on until the drug is administered. In her boredom, Hannah suggests that Lena go to the party again, but she is hesitant and promises to think about it. Afterward, Alex meets Lena at the pier and offers to sit on the beach together. He remembers her story at the interview about her parents and expresses his condolences. He suggests that Lena's mother must have loved her father very much to have decided to commit suicide. In turn, Lena points to Alex's puncture marks and asks if he is in pain. He answered that he was not because he was under anesthesia. Next, he calls Lena for a walk on the beach, and she tells him that she has never even swam in the ocean. Alex suggests that she give the girl a try. When she arrives home, Lena finds a letter in the mailbox. When she immediately opens it, she discovers the name of her future sweetheart, some geek who loves mathematics and computer poker. Lena immediately calls Hannah and complains to her about her unfortunate choice of fate. While on the phone, she notices Alex standing outside her window in the dark. Lena goes outside to see him and becomes angry at his late-night visit. She says he already has a match, but Alex denies it. Suddenly he kisses Lena, but she frightenedly runs back into her house. Meanwhile, someone is watching Hannah relaxing by the pool. She notices the pervert, who turns out to be Julian, the son of the head of the corporation. He tries to explain that she has it all wrong, but she tells him that she knows who his father is but thinks he should still go against the rules sometimes. In return, Julian asks if her parents know about her portable music player, and Hannah replies that her family is not that obsessed with censorship. A security committee member tries to explain to her boss that she shouldn't be given so much power by the ABD. The woman replies that she needs their support but that the security committee will soon backtrack. In the neighborhood where Lena lives, law enforcement has a sudden nighttime raid in connection with some kind of emergency. While searching for the girl, one of the cops receives an urgent report of an unauthorized party. He lets Lena go, and she quickly gets on her bike to get there first to warn Hannah. At that moment, police officers with dogs burst into the party, one of which bites Lena. She manages to escape into one of the rooms, where Alex later finds her. Lena complains to Alex about his police buddies but replies that they are not his friends. Then she asks why he works for them. Finally, Alex opens up and tells her he left home before his majority and never got his medication, and this scar he made himself. Lena doesn't believe him, but Alex assures her that, in fact, there are many like him. He explains that he didn't want to live like his parents, who only pretended to love each other. According to him, every town is like a separate prison, and he doesn't want to live by the imposed rules. Alex suggests that Lena join them, but she hesitates. Next, we learn a bit about the personal life of the head of the security committee. She is raising a brilliant and educated son, who is also almost 18. He asks why they give them an education while taking away his personal freedom, and she replies that everything will become apparent to him after the procedure. Meanwhile, Lena stops by to check on her friend, which thanks her for saving her at the party. Lena can't stand it and tells her about Alex and the intriguing things he told her. Hannah fears that Lena has a crush on him and the girls fight. While his parents are away, Julian sneaks into his father's office and goes through his things. There he finds a photo of his former lover, the current head of the security committee. There Julian also finds illegal music, which was hidden from him his whole life. Using his official position, Alex takes Lena to the prison grounds, where he tells her about a mysterious escaped political prisoner named Lena Holoway. Shocked, Lena says that was her father's name, but he was not a criminal and died long ago. According to her, he was a chemist working on a cure, but Alex explains that her father was just trying to destroy the drug. He was imprisoned, and his family was lied to about it. But now her father is free. Lena doesn't believe it, but Alex assures her it's true, and that's why they're looking for him. He and his associates apparently have the same goal and are also trying to destroy the drug. Lena resents Alex for only getting to know her for her father, but he tries to argue that he really likes her. The resistance leader reprimands Alex for falling in love with Lena because it interferes with their important cause. That same evening, Lena's sister comes into her room, suspecting her of being sick. Lena guesses that Hannah ratted her out and denies all accusations. Then her husband and a cop break into the room and forcibly take her to the hospital. On the way to the hospital, Alex causes an accident and saves Lena. While Julian is enjoying his father's forbidden things, he unexpectedly returns. Conflict erupts between them, and Thomas punches his son in the face. Meanwhile, Hannah receives a long-awaited letter informing her that her future partner will be the son of the very head of the security committee. In turn, Alex and Lena run away from the cops and are about to climb over the city fence. During the chase, Alex falls down and draws the cops' attention to himself, allowing her to escape. Members of the resistance throw a rope over Lena, and she manages to get to the other side at the last moment. Thank you all for watching.